also joined by a reporter from Mumbai. Radhika is joining me right now. Well, Radhika, take us through the sense on the ground right now. How are the petitioners and the fellow LGBTQ community members reacting to the verdict of the Supreme Court when it comes to the same-sex marriage legality that has not really gotten the Supreme Court's sanction, but the ball is now in the court of the government?
Certainly. Let me go straight across to a gay couple who's standing right next to me, Ashish and Inder. I got your names right, finally. So Ashish and Inder, my question is, of course, Supreme Court refusing to sort of give legal recognition for same-sex marriage. It's a concurrent view. So ball lies in the court of the legislature at this point. So what is your view? What do you think as far as the tone and tenor of this entire judgment is concerned?
So, I mean, when the whole judgment came out and the CGI was talking, and the things that he was saying was very, I'm very impressed with him. He has very distinct clarity and the words he chose. So I was very hopeful that maybe, okay, if you're not going to get the marriage recognition, maybe we will get take all our other check boxes. But towards the end of it, it did not go how we expected. But that's okay. I mean, bygones are bygones. And we can take up from now with the new stride. And it's a struggle. And anything that you get without a struggle, you don't really have that, value to it. So if it demands a little bit more of struggle, then why not? We're ready for it.
And a set of directions were given, of course, especially by Chief Justice of India, and not really guidelines per se. In terms of rights of LGBTQ community, safe haven, provision of safe haven for them, more rights in terms of social security and so on. So what do you have to say about the directions? I know it is a setback in terms of legalizing the marriage, but what about the rest of the directions that were given? Of course, it is in the hands of legislature, no doubt about it. Still, what do you have to say about the variety of directions that were given?
So I think we were quite, that's what she mentioned, we were impressed with the thing which was ticking all the boxes, what we had gone through with so much of issues, because being together from last 11 years as a couple, when we stay together, so there are lots of issues we come to know when we live together as a gay couple. Otherwise, you date somebody, that's a different thing, how heterosexual couple dates like that. But for us, it's way too different. Like, for example, adoption was a problem. Buying a house together was a problem. Taking a loan together is a problem. He works in a corporate, so I can't claim his as a partner in his Mediclaim or something. Or if I want to do a nominee, I can't put his name. So there are lots of things, but we thought that maybe they will not allow for the gay marriage or something, but they will do little bit alteration on it, and they will do something which we maybe will be happy to go back today. Like, chalo, ye nahi hua to kuch to hua. But today, we were still disappointed majorly.
Are you positive that legislature will finally support your rights once it goes to the parliament? Are you, because you must have heard centre's arguments in the court. They had called it urban elitist concept, which of course the Supreme Court did not agree with.
Yeah. That was denied. But positive or negative, I'm not too sure. All I know is that I'm hopeful.
And for me, we will fight.
All right.
We will not stop.
All right. So they will not stop. We will continue the fight, is what the LGBTQ community in Mumbai has to say. Of course, it is a long-drawn process. The ball lies in the court of the legislature at this point.
Well, absolutely, Radhika. It's going to be a long-drawn fight for the LGBTQ plus community to ask for their due right when it comes to same-sex marriages being recognized and having legal sanction. We shall leave it at that for the moment, and also thank our guest, Mrs. Swapnil Kothari, for putting things into perspective over here for our viewers. But let us also go across and get some reactions that have been coming through the day from various sections of society. Let's take a look at them.
So the overall judgment is quite progressive and positive. However, what we as a community feel a little disappointed today is that it did not recognize the right of marriage or even civil partnership for gays and lesbians, and have asked Centre to form a committee who will look into it. So it's a mixed judgment, so many small positive, but that which was core of the judgment, which was little disappointing, because gays and lesbians did not get the right of their civil partnership.
I welcome the decision of Honorable Supreme Court, in which they have not permitted the same-sex marriage. some people try to spoil the atmosphere of Indian system, but I'm happy that Supreme Court of India has accepted the version of the Government of India in which it was argued that the court has no power to give this right of same-sex marriage. It is the only right of the Indian Parliament. Today, it has been accepted by Honorable Supreme Court.
I think all 5 judges have taken that view, and unfortunately the expectation that the LGBTQI committee had from the court has not been met right now.
I mean, we are, of course, I think the petitioner side would all be disappointed. However, I think that the judiciary has taken a cautious approach. They have refrained from stepping into what they have considered the legislative domain, and have sort of given overall directions of guidance to the state, and the legislature, and hopefully the principles elucidated, which have been elucidated in almost all of the judgments. Hopefully these will provide good guidance to the legislature as and when it does decide to take a step in the right direction as far as we are concerned.